Now. Live stream should be up. Let's play the intro, baby. Here it goes. Boom. What do you think of our intro there, Nikki?
That's hot. Smoking. It's fire. No, it's fire. Literally, it's fire.
Sounds good. Nice. Look at that.
Does it sound all right?
I see it. Looks professional. Look at that.
Oh,
like
but
I
now.
might invested a couple of dollars into that.
Maybe.
Don't look like it was done in PowerPoint.
And there it is. And we're live. Welcome. Sorry, I missed that last bit of the transition there because I had to reposition everybody for the Zoom thing. Sorry, technical difficulties. Not technical difficulties. I'm a dumbass. Hey, Nikki, glad to have you here. Welcome to the show. This is all over Facebook. If you want to hop on there and share it, you can find it in all the places. And welcome to the show. I'm Compton. That's Governor. And hey, Nikki.
Hi, Compton. Hi, Governor. How are you guys doing on this amazing Sunday evening?
Doing good.
Yes.
So what you got going on?
Oh, I'm just chilling, relaxing. Just got back into town from a show I did last night in Hammond, Louisiana.
Nice.
Taking it relax.
In Hammond, Louisiana.
Hammond, Louisiana.
How was that?
That was interesting. It was interesting. They had a whole second line crew come in and do a dance. I love that part of it. You know, I'm from Mississippi, so I'm not used to that, but I enjoyed that part of it. What I didn't enjoy was everybody that it was like 70 degrees last night, and everybody's uncle that wore a 3-piece suit with a jerry curl wanted to hit on me and take me home. That's the only part that kind of bothered me.
Yeah, I hate it when that happens.
Right. It's like if we can't get married in the next 5 minutes, bro, you gonna be dead by the time we get to the car. This relationship's not gonna work.
Nice. So for those of you that haven't met Nikki, Nikki has been a kind of a staple down on the Gulf Coast here recently since we met. She runs a show at District on the Alley with Landmass Comedy down. Is that Ocean Springs, Mississippi?
Yes, in Gulfport, downtown Gulfport.
Gotcha. Gulfport, and that's every Monday night, right?
Every Monday night at 8 o'clock at the District on the Alley.
And
Open mic.
Phone Alley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Open mic. We welcome all talent, but it's mainly comedy, but we do welcome all talent.
oh, yeah.
Already? Nice.
Yep.
You guys do some roast battles over there too, right? Yeah, because I judged one of them. Are they still doing the roast battles at the District?
They haven't done one since you judged that time. And
No?
I would never participate in roasting battles because I like you guys and I need friends. So I'm never going to roast.
Right?
I'm never going to roast. Somebody's going to want to whoop my ass at the end of the night. I already know it. So, you know, I want to keep
fair.
you guys. I kind of like you guys since I got here. I have nobody else. So, hi. We're going to be nice.
That's a good policy. I always worry about crossing the line in roast battles. It makes me nervous, but it can be fun if it's done well, I think.
Nice.
I don't think I could do it though.
Yeah, I'm like you. I don't mind judging them and being loosely involved in them, but it's hard for me to get on stage and roast people. I'm happy to help support, but it's hard for me to want to be the one doing the roasting, you know?
Yeah. Same here. I can take the roast, you know, I really can. But when I talk about how you used to want to touch your 13-year-old cousin when you was 27, you're probably gonna want to whip my ass after that because I'm a sense that on you. You're gonna know nobody else knows about this, but you're gonna be mad that I know. So I'm just not gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna be happy.
You go for those deep cuts.
I do. I mean, I'm gonna make you. I'm gonna really piss you off. I'm telling you, I'm gonna piss you off.
I have kind of the same philosophy. I'm the same way. So, like mine's, for sure. So you said you've got some other stuff coming up that's not District on the Alley. What else you got going on there?
I have a show in Natchez, Mississippi on Friday, May 7th. It's a male review. You know, I'm taking my own
Nice.
crown royal back, try to pick up some money off the ground and take one of these men home with. They don't know it's their money, but I'll tell them later. You know what I'm saying? After that, I have shows in Pensacola, Florida coming up, back in Mobile, Alabama on June 26th. I don't have my calendar in front of me, but I am booked all the way into August, and it's great.
Nice. That's a good
I'm
feeling.
I'm loving it. Plus, I have my entertainment company going on, and I have the Adventures of Willie Mae and Miss B. That's myself and comedian TK Fairley, where we're doing these skits as two old women veteran cougars on the prowl for young meat.
What was the name of that?
It's kind of the Adventures of Willie Mae and Miss B.
Nice.
We got the female veteran hats and everything, and we're just harassing young boys, trying to give them some of our benefits, because that's all we got to give.
And is that on YouTube?
It will be once we finish. We just shot our first skits a couple of weeks ago at the district. It was a bingo sing, our version of bingo, which we call it bango.
Cool.
And I used a lot of the comedians. Krangus was a comedian in it. Terry from the Cannery, he was in it, and I had a lot of other people that are regulars. So Ophelia, Leno, Rodriguez, all of them took part in helping me shoot these skits, and it was wonderful. And hopefully, as soon as we get that first cut on, I'm going to put it on YouTube and get to shooting the next one and the next one, because we have plenty of ideas written down.
That's exciting. Yeah, I saw some of the photos from Krangus. Krangus had some interesting facial hair for that particular experiment.
Yes. He had interesting everything, okay? Everything. He was the bingo caller with no shirt on. He was the creepiest bingo caller I ever seen in my life. First of all, he was calling letters that didn't even spell bingo. Like, Krangus, have you ever played bingo in your life? There's no X in bingo, Krangus. You can't call the letter X 88. There's not even that many numbers. We should have gave him. I just assumed. You see what happened when you assume?
Yeah. You never know with Krangus.
He did very well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So the reason I asked if it was on YouTube is because I've got YouTube pulled up right here. And I found your YouTube page, right?
Oh, my God.
What?
Nice.
Go ahead on.
Who's Dandra Hall?
I'm almost afraid.
What are you afraid of?
I don't know.
Should we not? We don't have to.
Oh, go ahead on. It's when I first started. Go ahead. It's some bad language, but hey, go ahead, go for it.
We don't give a fuck about the language.
Hell yeah.
We're not worried about that.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, you want to? Which one of these do you want to play? You better get you Willie Earl, which is the clean comedy set on here, or I couldn't do a show for the transportation department. Do you remember those? Which one of those should we do?
I remember those. Let's go with that. The one that I did with my cousin. That was very vulgar. It was a challenge that they were doing back then, and that was the first viral video I ever had. It didn't go viral from YouTube, but it did go viral from Facebook. I got over 5 million views on it.
Nice.
That was pretty funny, but I looked horrible. I was fat, but you could show it because I'm growth. You know, I done did this. You know, I'm 41-year-old grandma. I don't give a damn. Go ahead, show it. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Let's start with the clean one, the one that says it's clean, just so we can mislead people into how clean you are not.
Okay.
Pass by your car, smell like the transmission fluid need to be changed too. You gonna take care of that. Take it on up there to the co-op and put it on my account. They know me. Tell them Willie Earl sent you. Everybody know Mr. Willie Earl. My friends were like, you going to Paradise tonight, girl? I'm going to Shady Oaks. I'm going to bingo tonight. These young men running around giving people things you can't pronounce. Mr. Willie Earl gonna give me a check on the first, and I can drink a beer to get rid of anything else. Y'all better get y'all a Willie Earl. I don't care what nobody say. I'm happy. And I'm a beneficiary.
That's a great joke. Is there a story behind that one?
Nah, I always get hit on by the old men.
Well, I heard the
Those
bingo
never
reference.
started.
I heard the bingo reference in
Always
there.
get the young ones and the old ones. Never the ones quite my age.
No, why is that?
I guess I don't know. I guess because I just look younger. I don't know. I look like a cougar. I am not a cougar. I have to tell people that all the time. Cougars got money. I'm a liger. A cougar is something that just roars. A liger stuck between shit like a lion and a tiger. I'm stuck between shit like houses and money. So I feel like me and ligers relate more.
I feel you.
I can't do it.
I feel you. I can see you ruining some poor young man's world that thought he was going to take advantage of somebody, and then you just, grab him by the tail.
Husbands.
Yeah,
they were both younger than I am. I've been married twice, so yeah, I had to get them before they fuck up their credit.
That's a good way to look at it. Dude, well, I'm kind of curious about this viral video. This is you said it went viral on Facebook.
Yeah.
Let's play that one. I'm curious.
Oh my God, I look horrible in it. It's not. I don't even care what I said.
Oh, we know this was years ago.
2017. This is like a few months after I began doing comedy.
Oh hell yeah! So you've been doing comedy since 2017. That's what, 3 years, 4 years?
December 2016.
Congratulations. So you're like 3.5 years
Yeah,
old.
I told you I was fat.
Nah, hey man, you ought to see me when I shave this beard. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah.
Hey, this your girl, comedian Niki Coleman, a.k.a. Can't Get Right. I'm here with my cousin Twa, we them Coleman girls. And see, today we're going to tell y'all, you little young chicks, while y'all out there working and doing for the D, we go to the retirement home and let these old motherfuckers work for the pussy. Let us tell you what we make them do for this pussy. He get dementia for this pussy.
Memory loss.
He take out his dentures for this pussy.
Gummy.
He pop a pill for this pussy. Even take his kids out the damn wheel for this pussy.
And now they mad.
He do it all for the pussy.
Yeah.
He walk around the mall for this pussy.
Mall popping.
He give them ends for this pussy. Control his bladder cause he know his life depends on this pussy.
Help.
Become a stalker for the pussy. I make him throw away his walker for the pussy.
It's a miracle.
He wanna die for the pussy. Beneficiary to the SSI for this pussy.
Benefits.
He stay awoke for this pussy.
Nap.
Run away from shady oaks for this pussy.
Running.
He come correct for this pussy. Flatline.
Clear.
Make him resurrect for this pussy.
Jesus.
He started speaking for the pussy. Gave up being a church deacon for this pussy.
Cause he a heathen.
He says a spell on that pussy. Fuck it all. He said he'll go to hell for this pussy.
See the devil.
That's all I got, y'all. We messed up toward the end, but hey, we tired of shooting shit. Get y'all an old nigga, a sugar daddy, a Splendor daddy.
Right.
It is what it is.
Splendor daddy.
Follow your girl can't get right. Bet y'all ain't know I had them boys and a cousin so goddamn cute. Until then, thank y'all for supporting me. I love you guys. Peace.
Nice. Dude, so that was your big break, huh?
No, I mean that was just a video, and I haven't done anything since.
Oh, but you said that was the first
was
one.
video. It was the first. Well, the other one I did, it was the butt pad challenge where I made butt pad fall out. When they was doing the little drop it like it hot TikTok challenge, and I said this is how I would look if you wore butt pads, and I made the butt pad fall out from the dress. So.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that one. That was not on YouTube. That was on I think I saw it on
TikTok.
Facebook. It was on TikTok?
Don't worry about it.
That's all right. For some reason I want to say I saw it. Maybe I just saw the challenge. I didn't see your video. That's all right. So you said that was
I'm having a problem with this chair. I'm sorry.
Get that chair.
All right, there we go.
There you go. It looks very royal, by the way. I like that chair. It's
Thank you.
It's kind of antique.
I mean, I could show you. Let me show you how I relax. Let's see if I can do it.
I don't see any weed anywhere.
That's
Well,
all
I'm
right.
at the Hilton Garden, so I don't think they would I don't think
They got rules.
Yeah, they got rules.
Rules and
And
shit.
my credit card on file.
Yeah, even worse. Even
They don't
worse.
allow you to put prepaid cards on file here.
No. They're gonna make sure they get their money.
Right. You got a pack of cigarettes on you, ma'am? No. How the hell you know?
So that video was about 3 years ago, and it has some references to some of the same material. You know, talk about dating older guys. That's kind of the Mr. Willie thing. Was there a backstory behind that brought that into your comedy, or how is that a theme in just this little sample of your early comedy that we saw?
Okay, because all right, this is a true story.
Yeah.
I had this celebrity R&B singer, older man. He was a blues singer.
Mm-hmm.
He offered me a sugar baby contract.
Mm.
Contract.
Yes, he offered
Like
me a
Brittany?
sugar baby contract. He was like, I'm not gonna take care of the little stupid shit like getting your hair and your nails done. I'm gonna make sure you got a good car with good tires on it and everything else. So, you know, everything he said, even though I never took the contract, but everything he said, I said, this is how the old ass men come at you. It's like, if I really wanted to, an old ass man would take care of me, you know, Mr. Willie Earl. You know, and coming from the country, Willie Earl is a common country name. You know, most African American older people have two first names, Willie Earl, Willie Mae.
Right,
you know,
right.
that's just, you know, our culture. So Willie Earl was the perfect fit.
Nice. So what were you doing?
Just enough not to get sued.
So what were you doing before you got into comedy that you were getting sugar baby contracts thrown at you? How did you end up in that world?
Absolutely nothing. Oh, okay. I have a master's degree in civil engineering. I was in the Air Force for 4 years.
Uh-huh.
And I ended up getting hurt on my job back in
Oh.
2013.
Oh, no.
And it ended my career as a civil engineer. And my life kind of went downhill from there. My husband left me for a man. I got cancer twice, and I ended up losing everything and having to live with my mom. Actually, when I moved back here last year, was the first time I had not slept on my mom's couch in 7 years.
Wow.
So back in 2016, I was just really, really depressed, and a friend of mine, he called me. And I've been like this my whole life. This is not an act. This is just how I am all day, every day. I'm a lot to take in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So my friend was like, Niki, you're funny. Why don't you come and just try to do comedy? You got all these stories to tell. Just come up here. So my first time doing comedy, I was living in Port Gibson, Mississippi, but I drove here to Gulfport. It was at a place called The Wall, right here in Gulfport.
Mm-hmm.
And I did 27 minutes just off the top of my head, and I got a standing ovation. And
Nice.
ever since then, my second show was booked with DC Unfly and Michael Blackson at the Coliseum here in Gulfport, the Spring Bling 2017. So I've been doing comedy ever since then. And that's why my motto is, you know, comedy was never my dream, it's my purpose, because I feel like I worked hard at everything else. And this right here is what I love to do. I'm telling my stories of my life and making people laugh and learn at the same time. So
Hell yeah.
that's the whole reason I do this.
Hell yeah. So got any good civil engineering
Your
jokes?
first set was 27 minutes.
27 minutes. 27 minutes. I have it recorded.
But did you plan it out, or you just?
I didn't plan it. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just up there talking.
Oh, okay. So you didn't have any set up punchlines. You didn't do any structure. You just went straight for it.
I had a structure as far as how I wanted it to flow. You know, I wanted to tell a story. Like if I was talking about, all right, say I was talking about my kids, you know, my son, and I feel like I'm a failure as a parent, my daughter, you know, she goes out and get the dumbest men, blah, blah, blah. I thought she would learn relationships better from me because see, these how my relationships would go. I can't find a man. I just wanted it to flow so I wasn't skipping over, you know, subject to subject, talking about, okay, I was having sex with this dude last night, but let me tell you what my kids did yesterday. You know, stuff like that. That's what I was worried about. And I was surprised that when I went up there, everybody else had a piece of paper and I was nervous. I was like, am I supposed to have a piece of paper? Like, I don't have a piece of paper. Like, do I need a book? I need to write. I started getting nervous. And then I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go up here and just talk.
It's best if you start without the notes.
And I don't really use paper now. When I came to the Juke Joint last November the 7th is when I did my very first open mic of my career. Never did an open mic before. I just got thrown to the wolves. You get on paid shows. If you fail, you fail, and your name is bad forever.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's usually best to do the open mics first. Usually that's how most people do it. Before
We
you
didn't
get...
have any open mics where
Right.
I was from. We had none. The only comedy club we had was in Jackson, and Jackson was an hour and a half away from where I lived at. So it was, you get out here, you get in boxes. I used to drive. I've driven to St. Louis to do a show for $50 just to get my name out there.
Yeah.
You're either gonna tell me no, you're gonna tell me yeah. I'm recording my clips, sending it to people. I've been doing it just by myself the whole time, and you know, I look at it as this is my job. Where everybody else may have a hobby, I didn't have another income. Comedy was the only thing that was helping feed my kids besides my mom. So I just had to do what I had to do.
what's it been like going from doing those bigger shows to doing open mics? Because that's an interesting avenue. Not a lot of people get to go that route.
I limit the open mics. I really do, because I'm at the point to where I feel like open mics are good to do. I'll go and practice. I don't look at open mics to make people laugh. I look at open mics to get my new material out and see what makes people laugh to work at on. You know what I'm saying? But for me to constantly do an open mic, I just feel like I'm not going to keep doing free shows every week, and I still have to do paid shows. It burns me out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, these people over here are getting these same jokes that I'm charging people for. So I'll go maybe once a month to an open mic or something like that, or to a different open mic that I've never gone before, you know, to see how I can do with that crowd.
That's awesome. Very, very cool. The show that you've got coming up in Mobile, you said in July. Is that Joe Page's show?
June 26th.
No, who's doing that one?
The same guy who did the last one I just did in Mobile. That it was called the Begging You Back Baby All White Experience.
What?
He's gonna do a Begging You Back Baby Part 2 All Black experience. So
That sounds awesome. I'm usually pretty well tapped in, and I didn't know about that one. So that's great. I'm glad there's more stuff going on that I can keep track of.
Well, it's not a comedy show. He has multiple types of artists on it. He has a neurotic poet, Southern soul singer. So it's not like a comedy show. I was the only comedian.
Oh, so it's like a variety show, kind of like one of the old school variety shows. Those are awesome, man. I would love to have a variety show someday. Just seems fun. You get to do a lot of stuff. But so what else exciting is going on in Mississippi? I know Landmass Comedy has a lot of stuff coming up. I've been talking to Krangus about doing some of that. And you said you've got your male review coming up. You've got the Mondays at District on the Alley. Why do I feel like I'm missing something?
Why do I feel like I'm missing something too?
Don't you have a cruise lined up?
Yes, I have a cruise July 10th, leaving from New Orleans, going to Jamaica for 5 days. And it happens to be a private cruise that a lot of politicians, and it's also going to be fun. I can't say too many details because it's a big surprise that's going to happen on a cruise. But I only have to perform for 30 minutes one night on this whole 5-day cruise that I get for free and paid to perform.
Nice.
Are you sure you're not going to Jeffrey Epstein's island?
I know. I'm trying to see. Somebody need to put a track on.
Don't you let them drag you out in the middle of that ocean.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm glad they're black. No offense, because I'm sorry. I'm not going to hop on the boat with a bunch of white people.
Yeah.
You might not.
They want to do this for me. Like, this is unreal. Y'all, no.
Yeah, I don't think we could pull that off the second time.
You're damn right.
So, you guys want to watch one more of these YouTube clips?
Yeah, roll it.
Oh my God, we're still doing this.
Well, we go back and forth. We'll do. Let's see. This is the other one from a year ago about the transportation department.
No, don't do that one. You're not gonna get those.
This one? Don't do this one. Oh, because
No,
they're
don't
part
do
of a
that
bigger set. It looks like that was like a private
it only
event.
pertains to the people in Jackson.
I gotcha.
Nice.
Do that pink one, the shirt with the pink shirt on, the first one.
First one? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Damn, y'all. You understand? The little worms ain't hurt no motherfucking body. Y'all y'all better get smart. I'm happy. Fuck y'all.
You at the end of it.
And guess what else I am? A motherfucking beneficiary.
That's the dirty verse. But you at the end
If
of
you
it.
don't like it, fuck it.
Well, I think this one's only
No, that's keep going.
okay.
Why them young niggas trying to fuck you for an hour, nigga? I got 6.5 minutes in me.
Nice. That was a New Orleans show, right?
Yeah, that was a show for No Lie.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, it looks like
I
that
love
was
their
it.
shows. The energy in their places are very, very high. I love it.
So you said you've done a lot of traveling for comedy. I mean, we've all driven ridiculous amounts of time for zero money. But what are some of the fun stories from the road for you? I mean, it's fun taking a gamble like that, but you sometimes they don't go well. Huh?
I got a good one for you. I've been in 26 states in the 4.5 years that I've been doing comedy.
Nice.
I've performed in 26 states. So the funniest one was, all right, this one's kind of lengthy. I know you're trying to kill some time, so let me go ahead and tell you about it.
Yeah, go for it.
So this lady called me when I performed in St. Louis. This is why I did the show for $50 in St. Louis. This lady called me and said that her mother had seen me up in St. Louis and wanted me for her 50th birthday. No, not 50. I think it was her 60th. Her 60th birthday party the next year. And I was like, I'm honored. I said, but I know a lot of other St. Louis comedians that I could hook you up with. She's like, no, my mama want you and I'm going to get her you. She said, the only thing I want to know is, can I pay you over the time? And it was like a whole year in advance.
Mhm.
I charged this lady $1,000 in a room.
Mhm.
Nice.
She paid me every month. I didn't know why. I didn't ask them kind of questions. You know what I'm saying? She had a little flyer and everything. And when I tell y'all this story, y'all gonna think I'm lying, but I'm not. So the year comes up. She has me staying at the Renaissance, the Marriott Renaissance, beautiful hotel. And I'm like, okay. So she's like, well, you can come on over and get the rest of your money. The address is on the flyer. I said, okay, so I'm coming to the place we're getting ready to have a party at. She was like, yeah. Now she's advertised a DJ and everything like this, right? So I'm driving and I'm using my Google Maps and I'm in this housing project, right? And I'm pulling up, I'm like, this is the address of the party. And I pull up to this house. There's nowhere to park but the sidewalk. So I had to pull my car up on the sidewalk to park in front of her house. And this house was one of those shotgun houses. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
When you walk in the front door, you could see the back door,
Uh-huh.
and it was wooden floors. When I walked to the door, it had burglar bars on everything on the house. These houses, I was in the projects, okay? I'm like, this is not. First of all, this is a house. Am I performing in somebody's living room tonight? I didn't know because I was living in Mississippi, right? So the lady comes to the door and she goes, there go my comedian. There go my comedian. Just real creepy, though. I'm like, what is going? She said, she's like, she coming out the back room soon. Her daughter, I don't want to mention her name. She said, she's coming out the back room soon. Yeah, when I saw this lady come out the room, she had one leg, okay? One leg and an eye patch, and it scared the crap out of me. And I'm looking around in the living room and everything, right? I'm standing in the living room and the dining room at the same time, okay? This is how small this place is, and she has chairs lined up against the wall, and none of the chairs match, okay? So it looks creepy as hell. I see a pack of balloons and a case of soda and some silverware. You know, I'm just like, what kind of party is gonna go on? I'm gonna be tied up in these people's basement and nobody's gonna hear from me again. So I got afraid. So the lady gave me, she said, I'm gonna be real pretty when you come back. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have a lot of people with me when I come back, you know? So I get to my hotel, I'm like, I cannot believe I booked a show in somebody's living room in the ghetto. Like, I ain't never been to St. Louis. I'm scared. So I'm in a motorcycle club. So I called some of my motorcycle club members. I was like, hey, y'all don't have to go to this party with me because I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, cool. When I tell you guys, This was one of the most humbling moments I had in my whole career. When I got back to that house, she had decorated that house so nice and pretty for her mother. Everybody came there dressed nice in little suits. They had a DJ with a card table. He was set up on a little 4x, the little card tables. You know what I'm saying? He had his little stuff set up in the corner. They had me the microphone. I said, I don't need a microphone. I'm finna talk to all of us right here in this living room. And I sat there for a whole hour and gave them more than what she paid for. And the look on her mom's face and the look on her face that she did that for her mom was accomplishing that I gave her $500 back on that show. That lady was taking her money, her fixed income money to pay me to give her mom what she wanted.
Damn.
And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, and there are so many big promoters that only want to pay me $50 for shows. But for me to come in here and prejudge this lady like that, because I was afraid. I'm sorry. I don't care how much you pay me. I was still scared. Okay. It was weird, but it was a real experience for me to know that, those are the people that I want to cater to, the people that she's spending she's disabled and her mom is disabled and she's giving her mom what she wanted. And I love that. That was a weird, crazy, humbling experience.
That's a good one though, man. That's an awesome story. So, I'm curious about how you developed early material in these big chunks. Like who were some of your influences, and because it's difficult for a lot of people who get on stage to find their voice. There are lots of components that go into comedy, and some of those pieces take people a long time to learn. But it seems like you were able to accomplish a lot of that very quickly. And I'm just curious, what kind of resources you were pulling from? Did you have inspirations, or was this something that came out of some other part of your life that made it easier for you?
This is all my life.
Well, yeah, I get that.
This is all my life. Nothing is made. I embellish a little bit, but my name used to be Can't Get Right, because if it was a 1 in a million chance that it happened to somebody, it happened to me, and I always had a story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it was true stuff. I have lived a very interesting life from birth to now. My dad was one of the first African-American motorcycle drag racers for Harley Davidson in Ohio. I've drag raced motorcycles around the U.S. My brother has, all my life. I was the first woman engineer to work for the company I worked for in Mississippi. I've worked for NASA. I've done everything that I wanted to do, but comedy was one of those things that I never did. I've been around celebrities. My second husband played for the Tampa Bay Rays. I was engaged to NFL players, and it's just all these things bring about these crazy stories, these different people, and I talk a lot. So, I've always talked a lot. So I meet people drawn to me, have these conversations, these experiences. So I get on stage and make them funny because sometimes they piss me off. So to calm me down and keep me at peace, I make it funny. That's the way I vent. That's the way I get it,
Nice. So were you always a storyteller, or was that something you did as a kid? Were you a funny kid?
I was a funny kid. I was a lion-ass kid. I had a lot.
Okay.
I know I was a lion-ass kid. I had all these imaginary stories, to tell. I have my best friend right now, who I don't remember as a child because from my accident, I have memory issues. But she told me that I had her convinced that I was Michael Jackson's first cousin. She said I used to moonwalk like him and everything. And she believed me. She said she used to go and tell her mama, this Michael Jackson's first cousin for real. Yes, it is. She said she thought I was. I would guess I was just that good and convincing as a child. Who knows? I mean, it's paying off now. I don't lie now. I will hurt your feelings.
Well, lying is one of those things that as a child, communication there are a couple of facets. It can be for fact, or it can be for personal gain. It can be a tool like anything else.
I had diabetes. I just lied for no goddamn reason. I know I was a tomboy. You know what I'm saying? I was going around biting my brother's friends. I have 7 brothers. I'm the baby.
And you would just go around biting them. That's a hell of a
biting, kicking them. I used to steal my dad's car at 9 years old. I lost the hubcaps and blamed them on my brother. And my brothers took that shit too. I don't know why. I was bad.
Where do you fall in the 7? Where do you fall in the 7 age-wise? Top, bottom, middle?
I'm the baby.
Oh.
And the next to the youngest is 9 years older than me.
Wow.
I was the oops baby.
Yeah. I'm
I was
glad
the
you.
product of a drunken Christmas because I'm born in September. Somebody was fucking on Christmas and New Year's, and oops, here I come 9 months later.
Somebody forgot their shit worked.
Yeah, I'm afraid of balloons too. And when people ask me that question, I'd be like, I guess because my dad called me the oops baby. It had something to do with the condom breaking. I don't fucking know. I don't like balloons.
You and rubber just don't get along. No latex, huh?
Don't like the rubber latex. No.
Man, so I want to hear some of those stories. You talked about having a traumatic brain injury. I survived a pretty crazy accident when I was a kid too. I think trauma has an interesting effect on people. What's the story behind that? What kind of accident did you get into?
I had a 4-wheeler accident on my job. I was an engineer for the power company in Lorman, Mississippi, and flipped the 4-wheeler, misjudged a pothole. A hole with water in it, and the 4-wheeler flipped over and on top of me and tore up my rotator cuff, my shoulder, my back, and I was unconscious for a while. I guess, who knows?
That's what they told you.
That between that and smoking weed, I can't remember half the shit.
Yeah.
I try to keep up with the people that I sleep with, and those are the important things. And yeah.
Well, yeah, you
So
definitely.
it's not a trauma, really.
You definitely don't want to get names wrong in the dark. That's never good.
Right. Everybody, baby.
Everybody's baby. I get that. I get that for sure.
So you have no trouble remembering your set and all that when you're doing these long sets?
I do. I get sidetracked sometimes, but hell, if I tell a joke twice, just laugh twice. It's a bonus.
That's definitely one way to look at it.
Yeah.
So I feel like we agree a lot that comedy is kind of this last great bastion for the spoken word, and like it's kind of this thing that not everybody sets out to want to be a comic, but sooner or later, if you talk a lot and you tell a lot of stories, it's kind of an inevitability, and it gets to be really fun. But this transition from you being a civil engineer, it sounds like you went through a lot, like you said, really quick to get to being a comic. So I guess the question I'm trying to get at is what, I guess where's it going for you? You've got a lot of things kind of on the boiler. Are you feeling more like a producer these days or more like a touring comic? Where do you see yourself going, or is it still going to be a bunch of everything?
For right now, it's probably going to be a bunch of everything. Cool. In the long run, I don't care if people know who I am. If I'm doing great with the comedy on stage and everything, I'll continue to do it. I just want to make people laugh. I don't care if I'm putting people out there to make people laugh, or if I'm writing movies or skits or producing, sitting behind the scenes. I just want to be a part of something that's going to make everybody in this world happy. Like, I know I might be a bitch sometimes, but I really just want people to be happy, like, for real.
Yeah. That's awesome. And what was the name of your production company again?
It's called The Asia Entertainment.
Nice. And that's what you guys are doing, that little video series? I forget the name of it again.
Why I gotta be little video series though, company?
I'm sorry.
Like that little ass skirt you wearing? How's that little skirt you got on?
It can be a big one. Hey man, if it were any shorter, you'd know me a lot better. Well, what's the name of the? What do we want? What's it called?
So Willie Mae and Miss B.
It's a series. It's a TV series basically.
Yes, and Governor supposed to have a part in it as our caretaker.
Yeah, what happened with that? I never heard back from you.
No, you were out of town the day we were shooting, sir.
Oh yeah.
Told if I could recall. Like, how can I remember that? Can't remember what I did yesterday.
What is Governor's holding out on me?
I was doing some shows in Pensacola, I think.
Yes, he's supposed to be our quirky caretaker who has to stop us from smoking marijuana. Because when we smoke marijuana, we ain't buy shit.
Yeah, I'm back now, so I can do that.
See, it's the accent for me. The accent for me.
Speaking of back, Governor's got his vaccine recently, if I remember correctly.
I'm fully vaccinated.
Look at that.
Is that why I can't understand him?
I guess so. How about you, Nikki? Have you gotten vaccinated yet? I have not.
I have not, and I probably won't.
No.
I don't believe in taking man-made medication like that.
No. Like, so you don't take like ibuprofen or any of that stuff?
Do anything? No aspirins or anything?
I try not to, but I do not know. When I had breast cancer, I've had cancer twice. The first time I had cancer, I had melanoma, which was skin cancer. And I did go through chemo and radiation with that.
Damn.
Where it took a toll on my body and my family's mental and everything around me. The second time I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I was diagnosed very early in stage 1A. I researched Dr. CB Herbal Care, and I went and bought this healing book of herbs. And I did THC, Dr. CB, and natural care to heal myself. I went into remission 9 months after they found the breast cancer.
Wow.
The THC work for you?
I try to stay away from all kinds of medication if I possibly have to. Now, you know, I'm an alcoholic sometimes, so I might have to pop a BC. That's just so I won't feel bad the next day. But as far as like anything else, I don't like to take it.
I got you.
You know that booze is man-made, right?
Yeah, I know that, but that's not medication that's prescribed to me to take for an ailment. That's to make me feel good because I want to feel good.
Well, you mentioned using THC as therapy, cure therapy, whatever you want to call it. But it worked for you. Was that something that you had ever tried before, or were you new to THC and cannabis as a medical
From a
option?
medical standpoint, yeah, but I've been smoking weed since I was 15 when my mama was teaching me how to grow between the okra plants. You know what I'm saying? She's like, baby, you smoke? I don't smoke, but I can show you how to grow it.
That's what I was going to say. How was this a late find in possible remedies? Or how did that come about? I mean, after you get a diagnosis of cancer, do you just start looking for options, or what led you back to something that you were already familiar with?
No, I was already smoking weed. I just incorporated the THC and with the different herbs to drink into teas and smoothies and things like that for different ways. There's a book, and I can't tell you the name of it, but there's a book that tells you like you mix certain types of herbs for different kinds of ailments. And you mix it with THC, it gives it a boost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what they have you mixing?
Also, if you read his books and everything like that, his way of life and eating will also tell you to incorporate THC with those too. So the reason why I went that route was because at the time I found out I had breast cancer, I was doing comedy. I didn't have a job. I lost everything. I had fighting for my VA disability and everything. I couldn't afford to slow down and take chemo and radiation. When you take a chemo treatment and radiation treatment, when you get done, there were times where I couldn't even get up and go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? I had to wear a pamper because I didn't have the strength. At this time, I was doing comedy, and comedy was the only thing I told you that was helping me feed my kids. And I wasn't going to break down this. I'm going to die from this disease, or I'm going to die from working my ass out.
Gotcha.
So,
Nice.
So when
that's
you did,
how I went into that.
When you did chemo the first time, how long did that treatment course last?
16 months.
God damn, a year?
Yeah, it takes you out of you, huh?
Wow. That's brutal. So what kind of stuff did they have you combining? Cannabis and what, like cumin, turmeric?
Cocoa, a lot of cocoa rooibos. It's just a lot of different. They have this store in Jackson called the Rainbow Store, and it sells all kinds of herbs and stuff like this by the ounces and things like that. I can't remember all of them, but it's a lot.
Did any
a lot
of
of
them,
things you probably like, ugh.
I was gonna say, did any of them taste good?
Yes. Some of them you were supposed to make a paste out of. It was different ways to prepare for different reasons. You can cook with them, put it in your food. I did everything. I had nothing else to lose. I did everything. Yeah,
that's really fascinating. You know, there's a lot of good science now in cancer treatments via diet. So I'm very curious. I'd love to get that book title from you after we get done. So is comedy pretty much? I know you mentioned producing a couple of shows, but this is what's putting food on your table. This is what you're doing all the time. What's it been like being a professional comic through the pandemic? What's it like coming out?
I've been pretty blessed. During the pandemic. It did slow down for a while. I think until I came here, I moved here on nothing but a whim from my spirit. I could have moved anywhere in the world I wanted to, but something said come here. And when I did that open mic at the juke joint that night, that opened up all the doors for me to get me back rolling again. You know what I'm saying? But then I had a pause because I lost my car, and just until last month I was walking for 7 months, and you know nobody knew that. But I just got me a car last month, and I'm happy because of it. But
yeah, congratulations.
So, thank you. It's all working out.
Well,
it's
and
all working out.
Since you won't toot your own horn, I know, and a little bit envious as a stand-up comic, professional comic, that I saw you recently purchased a new home, which
I did.
That's a major life investment. Congratulations on that, by the way. But hearing some of that backstory about the time you spent with your mother, and that's a big accomplishment. So congratulations on accomplishing that while a lot of people were out of work during the pandemic.
Oh, it had nothing to do with comedy. That's VA.
Well, still, you earned it.
Don't think I'm balling like that in comedy. Hell no. No.
Well, you still earned it.
I mean, I'm getting paid nicely in comedy because I've earned it, but not enough to buy me a house.
Because my follow-up question was going to be, where are those coattails for me to ride?
But it's a difference. Like the pay is a lot different on the scale of the comedy that I do, as far as these shows that they're putting on where these people are paying for tickets. Like the male review that I'm doing on Friday, the lady's charging $45 a ticket. You're not going to pay me $45. You know what I'm saying? You gotta market yourself better. I'm gonna tell you something. People on the coast are spoiled with entertainers because you guys are really underselling yourselves.
Yeah,
that's true.
Especially as comedians. I'm not going to have it, but you guys can. But I'm just saying, you guys are really underselling yourself. They're spoiled to these prices. And I know you guys wanting to get back out here and love it because it's your craft. You love what you do. You just want to do it. I get it. But you're going to have to start demanding that respect to get the pay that you deserve.
So what's the outline for that? What's the model that has worked well for you? Is it just these high-priced ticket shows that have a variety of acts on them?
No, because I had no way to eat.
Yeah.
I didn't have another job. I didn't have nothing. So you're not going to, some of them I took for the recognition, but a lot of times, listen, I'm not going to brag, but I know I'm not funny. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of good at what I do. You're going to pay me for what I work. I'm the type of person that I'd rather be broke before you pay me less. I don't care.
So I guess my question is, how do you get into shows that have those higher ticket prices? Like what goes into that kind of show?
At the beginning, I was sending out my clips, like the clips you guys just watched and everything. Those are very old clips. I don't have any up-to-date clips on there. I send those clips to different people. I just go on Facebook and say, oh, that's a comedian. That's a promoter. That's this. Who's throwing this comedy show? Let me see who the promotion team is. Going into inboxes, sending those over, just, asking people, can I get on the show? I mean, you need a new comedian. I had no job. I had nothing but time.
That's awesome. And then you rolled that into making bigger paychecks through comedy, which is good. That's something a lot of younger comics struggle with. That's why I'm picking your brain about it. I want to figure out how to do it.
Okay.
Hey, well, there it is. Like I said, they can only say yes or no or ignore you. You know what I'm saying? Don't stop there. If you see a comedy flyer, a comedy festival, if you can't make it or, something like that, be sure to pay attention to the production company. Then look that production company up, hit them with the inbox, a very nice formal, hi, I'm comedian Compton J. Smith. I'm a Mississippi comic looking for work, letting you know I travel. Here's my schedule. If you're ever in the market looking for another comedian, let me know. Because you don't want to come out too aggressive. You just want to let them know. And if you're ever in my area, let me know, and I can see what I can do for you. A lot of people will swap out rooms. You know what I'm saying? If they feel like you can get them a show at your place, they'll swap out. Once you get there, you never know who's going to see you or who's in the crowd of those little free shows sometimes, or the shows that you swap out. You get it? So I've been doing that a lot as well. I'm going back to the back porch. No, the guy Ryan Pfeiffer, Pensacola. I'm doing June 27th. He is I did his place at the back porch, I think it was in Pensacola last year, a couple years ago. And my first pay was like a door split. It wasn't worth it, as far as me, I paid for my own room, and things like that. But it was that I did that area. He just got a 300-person venue, called me as the headliner. So you see, it works out in the end with a guaranteed pay. So, you swap out in the future to come back to you, but you can't keep letting the same people do you or charge you, like $50, $40 every time and charging other people over here $400 or $500. You can't do that. You got to give and take some and stop taking it just because you want to do that.
Yeah.
It's a very good
So
point.
your production company, you'd be doing shows and representing comedians?
That's right. I have a couple of comedians, like I have a couple of prospects. I'll say that Eli Thomas from Mobile, he's my troublemaker comedian. He knows that he's my problem child. He he caters to the young African American crowd. You know what I'm saying? That's the DC Young Fly type that likes to do all that crazy stuff. Hey, he got it. He's a very talented guy. Another guy, Leno Rodriguez. You know what I'm saying? He's somebody who appeals to the crazy crowd. Like he brings energy. He just gonna wake up a room. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you sleep or whatever. He just got so much energy. So I'm looking at it. My entertainment company is just bringing different local talent. Different. I don't care if you're black, white, Asian. If you're funny, you're funny. Come on, I'm trying to take you on a road with me. I travel all the time, so come on.
Nice. Well, you said you're in a hotel. Where are you now? You in Mississippi or?
I might be in Jamaica.
You never know. You never know. That's the beauty of the Marriott. They all look the same from the inside.
Nice.
That's right. Too bad I'm not at the Marriott. Good try though.
I was trying not to give away your location. I was trying not to.
Motel 6. I thought we discussed this.
We did discuss it. We did discuss it. And you tossed it out there. I'm trying to cover for you.
I did. Thank you, though. You smart. You smart. I'm hungry and deprived of oxygen right now, so that's what the problem is.
Oh, no.
And I'm talking about the oxygen you know.
Oh, that kind of.
Yeah, that medical oxygen.
Yes.
The medical grade oxygen.
That's right.
Man, well, this has been a blast. I guess I do have one more question for you, though, before I let you go, because you do a really good job with these non-comedy shows, and I'm curious from a marketing standpoint, how much of the marketing for a show like The Men's Review rolls into marketing for something like a comedy or a variety show? Because that's something I'm always looking to do better.
As far as, what do you mean?
Well, like, do you guys use a lot of flyers? Is it day of kind of stuff where you're postering the venues ahead of time? Is it Facebook marketing, Instagram? What kind of channels do you guys use to get the word out?
First of all right, as far as my entertainment company goes, I have not started doing any of that. But when people hire me, I promote myself. As far as their flyers and where they put their flyers at, I have nothing to do with that. That's not my responsibility. But I will promote myself and share the flyer to let people know I'm doing that show. But see, that's the beauty of it. From the world I come from, all of that is taken care of. When you hire a comedian, you're just showing up to do your job. I'm used to getting a deposit. When I show up at the venue, getting the rest of my money up front before I go on stage. After that, that's all I have to do. I don't have to sell tickets. I don't have to promote. I don't have to put flyers out. Not my job.
I got you. I'm still trying to get to the bottom of how to generate shows that have these significantly higher ticket sales. Because like the tickets for my shows are anywhere from like 10 to 20. Yeah, mostly word of mouth.
I guess word of mouth.
That definitely helps, man. There's no better advertisement.
I may not have a lot of following on Facebook and Instagram, but another thing is, like I said, I'm part of a motorcycle club we have a chapter in 46 states. So I have a big following across the United States before I even became a comedian, for me being a drag racer as well. So people support me. I've had a great support system my entire career. No matter if I was funny or not. Every show I've gone to in every state, my motorcycle club has come in 10, 15 deep.
Nice. Dude, I would love to have a crew follow me around, a loyal audience like that. That's a very
Yeah.
cool
You're
thing.
my section too.
What's that?
You want to look up some guild appreciation clubs there, Compton, see if you got any. Bring in some skirt wearers.
Yeah, you couldn't ride on a motorcycle or a Harley, Compton. You have to ride you on a scooter so you can cross your legs as you're sitting on the seat.
Yeah,
No,
you'd have to ride side saddle.
I
Yeah.
wear a kilt specifically so no one will ever ask me to ride their motorcycle. I don't want.
Is that why?
Yeah, that's why.
Sure.
If you
Sure,
ask me
that's
to
the
ride your
reason why.
motorcycle, I'm gonna put my nuts on your seat. So I just avoid that altogether.
As long as you don't put your nuts on my back, I'm all right. That's between you and my seat. Especially if it's in the summertime, it's gonna be like roasted chestnut on an open fire.
And that's
Go
the
ahead
other
on.
reason. My nuts don't like hot vinyl or leather or any other seat components.
I don't think anybody nuts. Hold on, now there are some freaks out there, so I don't know. Governor look like he like a little fire between the nuts.
Yeah.
No, the plant is the more sexual between the two
I
of
was
them.
about to say the same thing. It's the plant, man.
That's my sidekick right there. Oh, Peter's a bit of a pervert there,
The Adventures of Governor and Plant Man.
Plant Peter. Yep, Peter the plant.
Freak, man.
Man, this has been a lot of fun. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about, Nikki, that we haven't brought up?
Nope.
No, because
I'm
sometimes
just happy to be here.
yeah, because sometimes we get crazy and go off on deep philosophical tangents about like what it is to entertain an audience and be in those moments and talk about the liminal space and all that crazy stuff, which I didn't really dig too deep. But do you have thoughts on I guess the spiritual aspects of comedy?
The spiritual aspects of comedy. I'm a very spiritual person, so like I said, that's why I don't roast, because I read people very well.
Mhm.
You can't lie to me. I see through bullshit. I'ma smell some lies on you, something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said when I tell you try to touch your little male cousin when you was 7 years old and you was 23, you're gonna get pissed at me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I love it. When I get on stage, especially Monday nights, I don't do anything but smoke weed, get some blue moons, and talk shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's written, nothing's prepared. Different night, same shit.
So
you're gonna be there tomorrow night at the district.
I will be there tomorrow night. I took a break last week. I lost my cell phone.
oh no.
I lost my cell phone the night of the podcast. I was scared to do that for South Alabama anyways, Compton, because I knew they was going to apply that $50 to that damn debt from 1998. So I was like, you know what? They're going to say, you dropped out in 98. You know what? Give us our goddamn. And I had to sign a goddamn 11-page contract for $50.
11 pages, huh? Nice.
11. It's almost 11 pages. You know what I'm saying? I was like, see, they finna get me for that money back in 1998. I know it.
Yeah, that's how they get you, man. They sneak it in somewhere in the end in the fine print. It's always
It's
the
okay.
case.
It was a bad day.
Well, okay, so
yeah, I'll be there tomorrow.
I do have a question for you about high stakes versus low stakes shows. Because as someone who performs more often in high stakes environments, what's the major differences or what's the major takeaway from a high stakes show versus a low stakes show? Like we're talking about Monday nights being kind of laid back and all that good stuff. But what's the takeaway for you for a high stakes show versus a low stakes show?
About $450.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
How about that?
I think that is a perfect place to leave it. The takeaway should be profit.
Yeah.
I'm a
Right.
fan.
I'm lying, man.
Dude, well, this has been a lot of fun, Nikki. I'm looking forward to seeing you. I'm going to be down in Mississippi a lot more often here in the near future, so it's going to be a really good time. Can't wait to work with you again, share another stage. And anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Nah, just come to the District on the Alley every Monday night at 8 o'clock. If not, y'all can follow me on Facebook. It's Niki Coleman. That's 1K, 2 syllables, 4 letters, spelled Niki Coleman. You can follow me on Instagram at Niki Coleman _comedy. Be on the lookout for the Adventures of Willie Mae and Miss B, the Asian Entertainment. Bugetto is my clothing line that will also, I keep forgetting about that because it's been in works for the longest, but I have a clothing line called Bougetto. It's when you're a little bougie and a little ghetto. And I also have 2 t-shirt brands coming out called Broke Girl Rich and Broke Boy Rich. So I have a lot going on. So
Very cool. Very, very cool. I hate we didn't talk about clothing lines. We'll have to do a whole nother episode about merchandise. Well, merchandise is a big thing for a lot of comics nowadays. It's one of the ways to supplement the income. So I'd love to have you back on just to talk about that, because I need to get some T-shirts. Governor.
Yeah, make sure they're V-neck.
Yeah, this became my uniform because it's convenient and I can buy them anywhere I go if I need a replacement. So it's really the bottom layer of my personal uniform.
We're gonna make sure your beard comes right to the top of that V, just like it's doing. Hell yeah, the symmetry is just like amazing right now.
Got to get it just right, or else I don't get my discount at Chick-fil-A. You know.
And Governor, we're gonna get one for the plant too. Shit, I'm sorry. Can't leave out the plant.
Well, Governor, before we go, what you got going on, man?
Not much, man. I'm not doing much.
Well, you haven't said much either.
Yeah.
What are you here for, man? What are you here for?
I'm just here to keep the plane company. That's the real star right there.
Yeah, you said a lot. Next time, when you do the show again, you should have different signs for the plant every time.
Yeah, different signs. Yeah.
One that says I'm happy, one that says I'm horny, one that says
feed me, see more.
Yeah. Now would be a good time with all the pollen in the air to be like, put the O face on it, you know?
It'll be restless now as pollen season, you know?
Crazy. All right. Well, I'm Compton. That's Governor. Thank you, Niki, so much for joining us. If you want to see what's going on in Mobile, check out Azalea City Comedy. Follow us on Burning the Set List. And this has been a really good time. Thanks for joining us. Thanks again, Niki, for coming out.
You're welcome.
And here goes the live stream. Bye-bye, live stream.